One of the main drawbacks of the Bambu Lab P1S is the built-in screen. It's a very basic screen, not touchscreen, and the interface is really old school. So when Big Tree reached out to me to see if I wanted to test their add-on, which was a giant touchscreen for the Bambu, I jumped at it. They sent me a free one, full disclosure. I did not pay for this. However, no money exchanged hands, and this is my honest experience opening and setting it up. All right, this is exciting. Box, really nice packaging here. A sticker, very important sticker. These two things are going to come in handy. There's something in here, don't lose that. The power cord. This is their stand you can put on here. There's a rubber duck and an Allen wrench. Allen wrench seems useful. Not sure about the rubber duck. Here's the actual screen. All right. Oh, nice. Look at the size difference here. It says use screwdriver to assemble to charging dock and mounting bracket as shown. I bet you I know what's in here now. Screws. So you can disconnect this from here. Oh, it's magnetic. How about that? That's cool. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay. Wow, that's really strong. Woo! Now we just screw the base onto the stand. All right, so there we go. We have it. And then this would just come on here like that. Perfect. Attach the assembled charging dock atop original screen. Apply pressure to adhere fairly and allow 12 hours for optimal adhesion. Well, yeah, that's not happening in the 12 hours, right? This day and age, don't have any patience for that. All right, it's on there. Oh yeah, all right. So far, this is pretty easy. Next, wiring and power connections. Remove the foam covering the USB port on the printer to access port. To me, in the diagram, it seemed like the charging port on the printer was at the back of the printer when it's actually behind the front panel of the printer. So I had to take off the AMS, take off this top cover, and let's feed it up through here. So this is the hole that the cable can come out of. All right. And then we plug this in. We did it. It's in. And then this comes over here and plugs into here, I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. Huh, that's nice. All right, let's move that a little that way. Let's have some space. I'm going to turn on this printer so we have power. I'm going to turn it to DC 5 for the power, and I'm going to attach it here, and let's see if we got power. Hey! Awesome! Okay, well, I'm going to put stuff back. Now, this wants me to update firmware to my Bambu. I'm not going to do that yet, because I want to make sure we get the Panda Touch working first. The on-screen instructions that allowed me to hook up my Wi-Fi and my Bambu Lab P1S printer to the Panda Touch were clear and easy to use, and in no time, I was set up. And we have here the nozzle temperature, the bull plate temperature. Ooh, light on, light off, light on, light off, light on, light off. So that was the first test, see if the light's working. Oh, I can put a USB flash drive in the side here if I want to do it manually. That's cool. These are settings, network, general. This is cool. So I don't have another P1S or P1P, but if I did, I could add other ones to control it. So let's go home. The whole benefit of this, in theory, is that I can control the printer much more easily than on this one. So let's try do that. This is controls here. So bull plate down. Oh, that was up. That went up. That goes down. That seems opposite of what I would expect. That might be a firmware issue. We'll find out. Let's move Y forward. Okay, that does what I thought it does. let's move X. That does what I thought it does. Moves it to the right. Moves it to the left. Now if I set here, can I set the temperature to 100? I'm not going to go all the way up. Yeah. On the original screen, it also shows it getting up. Awesome! This is so cool. I have like a real nice touch screen that I can use to control things. That's temperature, and then I'm filament. Oh, nice! So I can see exactly what's in here. Can I set it right here? I can. Oh, nice. I can choose the filament type and what it is. Nice. And the color, it knows what's in here from what I set on my Bambu. Let's try a print. And I want to see what you can do while it's printing and what shows up here. Here I have a gear for another project I'm working on, my scissors lift shoes. And I'm just going to say, print plate. Let's send it and see what the Panda looks like. So come down here, it's printing, which is great. It's showing me the steps right here, which is awesome. I can even go into here and I can change the speed. I can change temperature, it looks like. Yep, I can change temperature. I can change all the settings. One thing I was expecting is a preview of the actual object I was printing, but that's not there. I don't know if that's the Panda Touch issue or a setting issue I need to change. Let's see how the battery works. When I take it off, it went dead because on the back here, it's on DC 5 volts and I have to change it to battery. And when I do that, it now works. And look, I can say finished, turn the light on and off. I can turn the light on and off from anywhere. And I mean anywhere. On the couch, light on, light off, light off, light on. So what do I think about the Panda Touch? If you have one Bambu Lab printer, should you purchase it as an add-on? Well, let me start with what I like. First of all, it's really easy to set up. Really simple, very clear directions. The on-screen instructions were super helpful and super clear. The other thing is, it's just a much better screen than the built-in one. It's a large touchscreen. And this offers multiple advantages. First and foremost, it means you don't have to use your phone or computer or a tablet to control the 3D printer. With the built-in screen, I'm using my phone all the time. Why is that good? Well, one, in a shared space, like I used to run a makerspace in a school, students wouldn't have phones. So a touchscreen like this is a much more intuitive user interface and probably vital for a machine like this. Another reason that's good is the phone is great, but it's a really easy thing to get distracted by. So if I just have a dedicated touchscreen on my 3D printer and I don't have to pull out my phone, I can focus and finally get that project done. Oh, look. And last, but definitely not least, one of my biggest frustrations with the built-in machine is that when you have an error, it just gives a code and then you have to go to your phone or computer to look it up. I actually had an error on my printer while testing out the Panda Touch and it showed the full error there and I knew immediately what it was. It was awesome. So what are some things that I wish it had or I don't like about it? First and foremost is I wish there was a visual preview of the STL file that it was printing at the time. That way you could see a visual and not just the file name. Two, I wish it had a queuing system. In other words, I wish you could send multiple prints or multiple build plates to it, and then one build plate or one print done, it queues up the next one and you could just print it right from the printer. My printer and my computer are on 2 different floors and I have to go running back and forth, so that would be great. The other thing is it's wireless and you can move it all around, but that might be nice if you have a lot of Bambu machines, but for me, who just has one, it's really unnecessary. And in fact, I want my touchscreen just attached to my printer because that's where I'll use it. And if there wasn't a battery, it could be less expensive. So it'd be nice to have an option that didn't have a battery, as long as it dropped the cost accordingly. So who is the Panda Touch for? The Panda Touch, in theory, is one of those add-ons that isn't vital to use. The printer works without it. However, it can have many benefits, as I said. But I want to tell you, one thing I don't like is wasting money. For example, if there's a 3D printer add-on that has features that I can do another way, even if it takes me a lot longer, I will often do that or find some other workaround instead of spending the money. And then eventually I decide, all right, I'll get it. And once I get it, I'm like, oh, I wish I got this 4 months ago. In fact, I did this with the Bambu Lab P1S. I had 2 other printers. I said, I don't need a new printer, even though it's faster. And I only purchased it for a project where I knew I had to produce a lot of prints really quickly. Once I got it, I was like, oh, come on, Colin. Why didn't you purchase this months ago? It's a game changer, and I hardly use my other 3D printers now. The Panda Touch is somewhat similar. It's not something that you necessarily need, but it does definitely improve your workflow and limits how much phone distraction you have to have while 3D printing. As of recording this video, the price is $59. To be honest, at that price, it's more of a personal decision whether the benefits outweigh the cost. However, if you have a shared 3D printer, such as in a makerspace or have multiple Bambu printers, it's worth it. And for sure, it's much less expensive than upgrading from the Bambu Lab P1S to the X1 Carbon just for the giant touchscreen. So until next time, take the time to learn and create every day.